Okay, so welcome everybody to today's class. Thank you for coming. We are going to be discussing a variety of topics related to added value. So as I mentioned, how do you set yourself apart from the hundreds of other agents that are out there, right? So what are some things that you can include in your marketing and presentations that will show how valuable you are to your clients? So we're gonna, whoa, hold on guys. Sorry, more people are coming in. All right, so what added value can you bring to your clients to make you stand out from the crowd? We're gonna be covering some unique Berkshire Hathaway Home Services tools, programs that you can use. We're going to be talking about how to leverage our in-house support system, discounts that you get that you can pass along to your clients, and how to get personal to set yourself apart. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Moxie Presents. So some of these tools that we are talking about, you guys will know, but I want you to really think about them in a new light. Okay, so think about them through the eyes of how will my clients be impressed by this? That is the goal. So Moxie Presents, as you probably know, allows you to create completely customized and personalized presentations across a variety of subjects. So it's not just for CMAs, right? So you can wow your buyers with a digital buyer's tour. The buyer's tour will include really useful tools like drive time and directions to the showings you're taking them to, the ability to either favorite or take notes on the spot while they're viewing homes, and they can do all of that from their cell phone with you and then share it with you as well. So not a lot of other companies have a tool like that. Everybody has a CMA, right? But not every CMA program can do the buyer's tour. The other thing you can do is in Moxie is create a marketing presentation to impress potential listing clients. So rather than just doing your CMA or regular listing presentation, you can actually create a completely separate marketing presentation that talks about all the things the company will do to help market your client's home, as well as you can add anything that you personally do if you have, a personal customized marketing plan of action is what we've called that in the past. So the marketing presentation is great because, it doesn't have to be a hot listing lead. You can just send that out in general to, show people, hey, this is what I am capable of doing. Maybe you'll spark someone to be like, you know what, I wasn't really thinking about listing my home, but this makes it sound like it would be easy to do, right? Within that presentation, there's options for luxury listing. So there's marketing materials you can include for luxury listings. And there's also, if it's not live already, it will be shortly, but there's also marketing materials in there on the listing concierge program. Okay. You can also up your CMA game, so to speak, or, vary your CMA, make it stand out by adding unique pages, either from the library in Moxie itself, which is quite extensive. There are ready-made marketing pages in there for pretty much anything to do with the company tools, or you could upload your own creation. So if you have some personalized marketing materials that you've had the marketing department create for you, you've created for yourself, you can upload those pages into your Moxie presentations. There's also a blank page in the Moxie presentation where right in Moxie itself, you can create a page if you need something specific for one presentation that you're doing for a particular address or client. You can actually write in there, create something on your own. You can include home preparation tips and checklists. You can upload your client reviews, etc. So rather than doing the quick, simple CMA, think about expanding that to include some of these other subjects to make it stand out. Sorry, guys. I don't know. We're struggling today. Give me a second here. The heat. I'm blaming it on the heat. Okay. Forever Concierge. If you are not familiar with this program, you should make yourself familiar with this program. In my personal opinion, I think it's one of the greatest tools that we can offer to our clients. It benefits us and our clients as well. So I don't know of any other brokerage that has a tool this helpful. You can enroll any of your clients, past or present, in Forever Concierge, and it will give them access to lists of preferred vetted vendors for all of their moving and home improvement needs. So not only can they use it during a transaction to help them find moving companies, switch their utilities, research and set up cable installation appointments, but after they've moved in and they own their new home, if there's any work they need to do, they can find the different contractors, carpenters, painters, whatever you can think of. And in addition to that, it is across platforms, meaning there is an online version they can access from their computer. There is a mobile app they can use from their phone, and they can link it to their Alexa account. So they can literally just say, hey, Alexa, and then say whatever help they need with Forever Concierge, right? They're also assigned an actual real live human being that will be with them for the entire time they're using the program. So to make it even easier for them if they can't navigate through and find vendors on their own, or if they're looking for a particular type of vendor that maybe there aren't suggestions for already, they can call that that concierge, and they will do the research for them. So they will take the time to look into different vendors, make sure they are, licensed appropriately, they're members of the Better Business Bureau, they're highly rated, and then they can help your client pick who should they use. Okay, so super helpful. It also takes the pressure off of you as an agent of answering those 82 emails about, hey, I need help with this, right, from your client. Okay, market share, right? We've probably heard this talked about, but I don't know that we utilize this enough to share with our clients, especially listing clients, but not just listing clients, right? You could also look at this from a buyer's perspective of, hey, our company is so huge, we have so many listings that you're going to have direct access to a lot more potential homes to purchase than maybe some other brokerages' clients will. So what relates to market share? There's a few ways that you can use this information. So the first is #1 market stories. These are easy to share graphics. They're already created for you about BHHS, Fox and Roach being the #1 in market share by geographical area, right? So you just plug in what geographic area you're talking about. You can do it by neighborhood, zip code, and county, right? Agent Metrics is another one. This is a third-party tool, but we all have a free account with Agent Metrics through our company. This program allows you to drill even deeper into that data about market sharing to get really specific numbers. You can make some great graphs, bar charts, whatever you want to show your potential clients that we truly are the #1 brokerage in their area. You can also talk about the quiet, or otherwise known as company exclusive listings, right? These are not in the MLS, so other brokerages' clients will not have access to these. You can actually set your buyer clients up in Buyer Match and Real Scout, and you can, or they can, search company exclusive listings that they would not otherwise see. Targeted advertising. You can look like a social media star by sharing company paid ads with your clients. So these are ads that the company pays for and does on your behalf, but your clients don't need to know that, right? They don't need to know that the company is paying for this. They're going to think that you are doing this on their behalf. So an example of that is the open house extravaganza weekend. Anytime you book an open house on a designated extravaganza weekend, the company will automatically pull that information and create targeted, so geographically targeted ads about your open house. We have a variety of tools through the company that you can use to create and share these ads. So AdWorks, Boost, and HomeSpotter are the 3 top ones that we use. Now, do they cost money? They do. The company will run them for specific things like the open house extravaganza, if you have a new coming soon listing, and when you have a new listing hitting the market, or coming soon turns active, right? So for those 3 instances, the company's going to run ads for you. However, you can log into these programs, open up that ad campaign, and you can either extend the length of time that they are running, or you can expand them to a wider audience. You can also create your own unique ads if you choose to. Those you will have to pay for, but it's at a discounted rate thanks to Berkshire Hathaway. So you can also create ads to run across social media platforms about yourself, your team, whatever you want. So you don't have to just use the ones that the company has created. You can create your own. The other advantage to this is that these programs are going to collect analytical data from the ads that are running. So again, you can log in, you can open up the campaigns that are currently running or previous campaigns. You can access the analytical data. So where was that ad run? Across what platforms? Was it on Facebook, Google, Waze, whatever? How many eyeballs did it get in front of? How many people clicked on the ad? That type of information is pure gold, and you can share it not only with your current clients, right? So if a campaign is currently running about one of your listings, you can actually access those analytics, create a seller's report, and send it to your seller so they can see in real time the impact that ad is having. Or you can log into some of the previous campaigns, create the same sort of reports, and then share that with potential new clients so that they can see what those ads that are going to be run on their behalf will do for them. So DTR, right? This is something we all know about, but maybe we only think about it in terms of what it does for us. So it's not just for us, it actually is beneficial for our clients as well. So you can give your clients access to the room in DTR that holds their transaction. They can set up their own login account, and then they can at any time find any necessary document related to that transaction, even after closing. It's all digitally stored for an extended period of time. I mean, more than 7 years, but that's, I think, the law, still 7 years. And it makes it easy for them to find something like their Alta when tax time rolls around, right? Some of us probably in the past have been keeping copies of an Alta, mailing it physically to the client during tax season. This makes it even easier. You can just log into DTR, straight from DTR, email it to them, or just send out a mass email through ActivePipe or ACRM to all of that year's clients saying, hey, remember to log into DTR and grab your Alta for tax time. If you also are worried about, okay, how are the clients going to think that information is protected? DTR is bank level security. And again, the client is creating their own personal login for peace of mind. You can also utilize the Streamline task list, okay? So that is not a task list that gets automatically added to your DTR room, but you can opt to add that to your DTR room, and it will create a whole series of tasks that you can assign to different people involved in the transaction to help keep everyone on track with doing whatever their responsibilities are in a timely manner. So it kind of organizes things for your seller or buyer client of, here are the steps that you're going to be responsible for, here's when they are due, and it will email them reminders. Home warranties, right? Again, something we probably all know about, but let's try to think about it in a different way. Berkshire Hathaway allows us to offer home warranty programs at reduced rates, right? So not as expensive as just finding one on their own. And the coverage is often more extensive and it's customizable. So rather than charging them an exorbitant fee, to cover absolutely everything that they might not need, we try to keep the price lower for the basic coverage. And then depending upon what type of home it is and what type of systems that home has, they can customize by adding additional coverage for things like, pools or heat pumps, whatever. And don't forget that the home warranty programs also have that neat little addition that will help your client pay for changing the locks when they buy their new home. So they can actually get reimbursed for the cost of purchasing new hardware or I guess, having a locksmith come out to do it. Home warranties are useful for both buyer and seller clients, right? So it's kind of obvious for buyers, but don't forget there is seller coverage. So while your seller has a listing on the market, they can be covered. And if anything happens during that listing period, they now can use the home warranty to help solve any repairs, or at the very least, not have to spend as much on repairs that might need to be done prior to closing. If they use it and the home doesn't close, they don't have to pay for it. So it's kind of a no-brainer on that one. You can also use home warranty coverage on your buyer's offer and help that stand out. So if your buyer is going to be purchasing a home warranty for themselves anyway, ask them to throw in the seller's coverage. I believe it's an extra $50, and then they can put right in their offer, hey, I know you're probably worried about home inspections, or maybe it's an as-is sale, or maybe it's an FHA loan that you're presenting as an offer, and the sellers are worried about what the FHA appraiser is going to say needs to be done. If you're offering the seller home warranty coverage, that can kind of ease their minds a little bit and give them a way to get a lot of different repairs taken care of for not a lot of money. We also have an in-house representative to help resolve issues. So often when I talk to clients about home warranties, I get feedback, that goes something like, oh, I have a friend who purchased one. It doesn't cover anything. When they tried to use it, nobody was getting back to them. The customer service is terrible. So if you run into a situation where you're hearing things like that, your response is to let them know, hey, Berkshire Hathaway Fox and Roach is one of their biggest and most preferred clients. So we actually have a whole team of people from our company that are liaisons with these home warranty companies, so you don't have to go through that struggle on your own. If you run into a problem where something isn't covered or you're not getting a response, you can reach out to me as your agent, and I will put you in contact with one of our representatives that can help you get the issue resolved. Technical difficulties today. All right, next up is Fox and Roach Charities, okay? You get tons of emails from them. I'm sure you've seen them informing you about what they're doing. A lot of that is because we're the ones, giving them money out of our paychecks. So why not use that information to your advantage as well? There are lots of already created videos, articles, stories, and photos about all the different programs Fox and Roach Charities is helping to support. You can also get involved to show your support for local communities where you're doing business, okay? Access that kind of information, right? So if you want to find an article or a video or something showing what Fox and Roach Charities is doing, you can access those in ActivePipe, Moxie, the Fox and Roach YouTube channel, or if you're getting involved directly in a Fox and Roach Charities project, you can take your own personal photos of your involvement, send them to Agent Icon, and then get back branded graphics to share across social media. So toot your own horn, so to speak. One-stop shopping. We say this all the time, and a lot of the feedback I get is, well, other brokerages have the same thing, right? Other brokerages have in-house title and mortgage. Yeah, they do, but are they on par with what we are able to offer? My argument would be that they are not, right? So Trident Title has extended coverage beyond the normal coverage, and their rates are still highly competitive. Prosperity Home Mortgage has unique programs to give your buyers an advantage. Things like being able to get a mortgage commitment up front before even finding a property to buy. And they also have the program with the closing guarantee. Well, they will pay, I believe it's $5,000 to the seller if that property doesn't get to the closing table. You can also utilize your in-office lender to support your offers. Include them. When you're sending an offer, copy them on the email. Give them the opportunity to proactively reach out to that listing agent and support your client by, telling the information they can. It's not going to be super personal financial information, but they can certainly talk in general terms about how well qualified your clients are. Also, something to keep in mind is that Prosperity Home Mortgage consistently has a much lower fall through rate than other mortgage companies out there. They have access to that information. They can create graphs for you showing their fall through rates. And that is something that you can share with both your buyer clients to give them peace of mind when using Prosperity, or include in an offer that you're sending to show the listing agent, hey, my buyer is using this mortgage company because we are way more likely to make it to the table. We also have in-house insurance, which not everyone else has, and they operate as a brokerage. So that means they can tell your client about the available policies through Trident Insurance themselves, but they also will be honest and let them know, hey, there's better policies out there that can cover you better for less money and help them find the policy that's right for them. They can also talk to them about different types of insurance, not just homeowners, right? So they have an extensive list of programs that maybe you and your client don't even know exist that might benefit them. So utilize them as a resource. In-house support. So many of our offices in Fox and Roach have support staff right in the office itself, including OAs, processors, and Trident employees. All of these people are there to help ensure a smooth transaction by taking care of back-end details to free up your time to be with your clients. They handle tasks that would otherwise cost your clients time and aggravation, right? So they can do things like order the survey on the client's behalf, order the deed on the client's behalf, get the mortgage payoff, and they're going to consistently communicate with your client throughout the transaction about what's going on the back end, any loose details that need to be taken care of, and make sure your client knows what's going on. Therefore, you have more time to do what you need to do, and your client has less worries and knows exactly what's happening during the transaction. Okay, so now we're going to get into the part of the presentation where we might talk about some things that you did not know existed. And I can tell you, when I started researching this class and digging a little deeper, I found things that I didn't know existed. It's kind of constantly changing. So all of these items I'm about to talk about and more can be found in the BHHS Resource Center in your ACE dashboard. There is a tab in the Resource Center called Benefits and Discounts. You can click on that tab at any time to find information about these programs and much, much more. So just a few that I wanted to call out are, we can actually extend discounted Phillies tickets to our clients. So they can use this website right here, and I'll share all of these with you before we log off today, but they can go to this website to get discounted tickets. So it applies to you as agents, but you can also share this information with your clients. Another one is pods. And I just answered a question about this for another agent 2 days ago. So obviously not everyone knows that we get a discount that we can extend to our clients on pods moving and storage. This has come in particularly handy in this type of market where a lot of times sellers have to sell and close on their home before they can even get an offer accepted on their new home. So maybe they're living with family temporarily, or they're moving into a rental temporarily. They might need someplace to put all their stuff. What is the easiest way to do that? Pods gives them an advantage because they can pack once, store the container, and then have it delivered rather than moving stuff and shuttling stuff multiple times back and forth from a storage unit. So you can just go to pods.com/BHHS. That is also the website you can share with your clients. If they use that link to go to pods, it will automatically enter our discount code for them, and they can just proceed with setting up appointments, calling to get quotes, and everything will have that discount attached to it if they're logging in through that link. You can also download personalized flyers about the pods discount, put your information on it so it's co-branded, and you can include that in your marketing materials that you're sharing out with potential clients. ADT is another one. So that's an alarm company. Lots of new buyers might want to put an alarm system in their home. So they, one, extend a discount to ourselves as agents and our clients, but they also have a referral program. So if you are referring your clients to them and your client chooses to purchase a system, you will get something in return. Home Partners of America. So this is one that I was not overly familiar with. This program is actually a lease to own program that our company endorses and has a partnership with. So looks like the wrong link is there, but I'll get you guys the correct link for that. So Home Partners of America essentially will set up your rental clients in a home that they then can have the option to purchase. So they take a lot of the guesswork out of it for you. They make sure it's done in a appropriate manner, and it's not as, hinky as just trying to do it on your own. So that's a good one to look into if you have clients that can't necessarily afford to buy right now, but they will be soon, and you're able to get them into a rental in an area where they're going to want to stay anyway. One of the other ones is resort vacation certificates. So this really isn't a discount you can extend to your clients, but it is a discount you can use as an agent to purchase these certificates at a very low cost, and you can use them as client gifts. So the website is there, resortcerts.com/BHHS. It is across hundreds of countries. Lots of options for different resorts. And the way it works in basic terms is you purchase a certificate that you can use for yourself or give as a gift to a client, and they can book a 7-day vacation at a resort with that certificate. True Mover is another program that Berkshire Hathaway has a partnership with. You can access that at true-mover.com, or again, through the Berkshire Hathaway Resource Center. It is a website that essentially will help your client with any and all moving needs, from how to get organized and get packed, to finding the right moving company, to relocation services, moving out of the country, moving across the country, etc. Zoom Casa is another one. This is a very extensive program with lots of different parts to it, but the one part that I wanted to mention is similar to what we used to have with Curbio. So they have a program that will allow your seller clients to renovate or improve their home prior to listing on the market at no upfront out-of-pocket cost. It gets paid back at closing. All right, so what else can we do other than sharing information about company tools or programs, right? One of the simplest things that you can do to set yourself apart is get personal. A lot of times we as agents get so hyper focused on business, right? Analytical data, sales that we've done, that we don't really take the time to let others get to know us as people. And in my experience, clients are going to be opting to work with you, not just based on the company you work for or how many homes you've sold, but how they relate to you as a person. I think we've all probably been in the position where we're speaking with a new potential client and we find out that they already have or had previously been using a realtor that they just didn't get along with, they didn't like, they didn't relate to. And that is why they are reaching out to you to see if it's a better fit. So it definitely behooves you to get as much personal information about yourself out there. And I don't mean personal information, obviously, like your home address and that kind of thing, right? So what am I talking about? I want you to take the time to think about what makes you unique. What are your hobbies that potential clients might share with you? What is your background and how does that relate to how you operate as an agent? What previous careers have you had that have taught you skills that you now utilize as a realtor? Do you do charity work or volunteer work, right? That might pique someone's interest. What unique strengths and skills do you have that you've developed in your history of previous careers and your background or your upbringing? And what about you might be unique based upon the languages you speak or the culture that you belong to? Include this type of information in your biographies, in your presentations, and in your marketing materials. If just one thing that you share strikes a chord with a potential client, they are way more likely to reach out to you over another agent that has just shared real estate related data in their bio. Accreditations and designations. If you haven't already, consider earning an accreditation or designation to help set yourself apart. Many of these accreditations or designations, you join and you pay a membership fee each year, but in return, they give you additional resources like marketing materials, articles you can share, etc. They help you develop skills that you can then use to sort of set yourself apart in a niche market. So there's accreditation for helping veterans. There's the buyer's accreditation. There's, so many out there that you should be able to find one that interests you and can help you develop a name in a particular type of market. And below you will see the website for NJAR to get the list and information about the available designations and certifications. Okay, so how do you apply what we've just talked about? Okay, first thing I want you to do is update all your online bios with some of the information we just talked about. So make them more personal, include information about why Berkshire Hathaway stands out as a brokerage and why you are proud to be a Berkshire Hathaway agent. Put it on your website bio, your Zillow personal account, realtor.com, home.com, Google Business, and all your social media accounts. If you are not aware, the company does pay for you to have a biography or an account on all of those platforms, Zillow, realtor.com, trulia.com, homes.com, etc. You can also practice and then start using targeted ad campaigns. So you can log into AdWorks or Boost or HomeSpotter, look at the campaigns that have been run on your behalf by the company, share that data with potential new clients, or even create a new ad about yourself that you can then pay to send out and start getting some more attention. I want you to go find or create your own marketing materials based around some of the subjects we've covered and add them to either your drip campaigns in your email marketing or create flyers that you can send out in your farm mailings. So lots of the items we've already talked about have marketing materials created already that you can access in Moxie or the Resource Center or Active Pipe. So it really isn't a situation where you have to create your own. Most of this has marketing materials already, but if you want to do something unique that's co-branded, you can also reach out to the marketing concierge, and they can help you come up with ideas on how to create some unique marketing materials based around the topics we've covered. I also want you to take the time to update, expand, and personalize your Moxie presentations. You can go in, play around, create one of each type of presentation that is in Moxie. And once you have it set up the way that you like it, you can save it as a template so you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you're creating a presentation, especially that marketing presentation. Most of us don't have one of those ready to go, and it can come in handy in a pinch. So I would suggest all of you go in and start creating some presentations. Go through the library of the unique pages that are in there to see what marketing materials are available for you. Create your own pages that have a list of all of your client reviews. You can even create a page of links to client reviews. So if you have client reviews across multiple places like Zoom, Facebook, Realtor.com, Testimonial Tree, Google, whatever, you can create a page that has hyperlinks and put that in your presentation. Because if you're using the web version of the presentation to email to clients, all those links are clickable. I also want you to share some of this information. Hopefully you've learned something new today. So get in the habit of sharing something unique about yourself or the company or the value you can provide across your social media platforms. So an easy way to kind of think about that is to create a recurring "did you know" post. So you can do a "did you know" post about how buyer clients can get changing their locks paid for. You can create a "did you know" post about how you can extend a discount for pods or for ADT or for whatever. You can create a "did you know" post about how we use DTR to digitally store every document for an extensive period of time, and that clients can access their own documents at any time and don't have to worry about keeping that big bulky paper file somewhere that they'll never find again 2 weeks after they move. Okay, so pretty much anything I listed in this presentation, you should be able to kind of fit into that "did you know" category, and try to start posting something new once a week, once every 2 weeks on your social media accounts. Okay, so I'm gonna hop back on with you guys because that was the majority of the information I wanted to share. And I just kind of wanted to open up the floor to discussion if I can help you guys drill down into any of that, if you need more information or suggestions on a particular topic, if any of you have ideas that I didn't cover today of something that we should include on, how you show your added value, please feel free to unmute yourselves and ask away. Anyone? Did anyone learn something today? Was there something I mentioned that someone, didn't know about or hadn't thought about in that way? Did you find this helpful or useful at all? Anyone? Bueller? All right, well, while I'm waiting for anyone to chime in, I'm gonna grab some of those links and I'm gonna drop them in the chat so that you have them handy about some of the discounts, and websites that you can share with your clients. So just give me a minute to do that. All right, so there's your discounted Phillies tickets. Here's your ADT alarm. Here's your lease to purchase program. Give your client the gift of a vacation. The True Mover website. And this link is specifically to the section of Zoom Casa that talks about, pre-listing home improvements, but you can explore that website as a whole because there's a bunch of other stuff on there. And then it's pods.com/BHHS. So that should be the pods one. And remember, you can access any of that and more. You can read way more information about those programs, get additional links or marketing materials through the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Resource Center in ACE. I'm just going to scan the chat to see if there's anything in here you guys need help with before we go. So Linda, this is recorded, yes. So I will share out the link to this recording if you want to view it again to answer your question. Christine Turner, lease to purchase needs to be updated. Christine, can you fill me in on what you know about that? You're muted. Are you still here, Christine? Oh, yeah, you mentioned the link was for pods. Yeah. All right. So did I give you the right link? I did not. All right. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you exactly how to get that. Thank you for calling that out. All right. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to log in. And we're going to go to our digital marketing section in ACE, and we're going to go into the Berkshire Hathaway Resource Center. Okay, so all of those available tools that I was talking about are right here under the benefits and discounts tab. So you just click into here, and like I said, there's a lot more in here and it changes. So you should always kind of keep an eye on here. So here's Zoom Casa that I was talking about. Here's Home Partners of America. So that's the lease purchase program. So you can just click on that to open up the information about it. Here's the website right here. It even gives you a contact name, phone number, and email if you want to get more information. There will be a brief description about the program. What are the benefits to you as the agent and what are the benefits to your client? And then there's a contact us today. So for any of these programs that you click on, it's going to give you this same sort of outline about what it is, what it does, what are the benefits. It's going to give you access to the website and access to our liaison with that company so that you can get more information if you need to. So as you can see, there's, just a ton in here. A lot of this are meant for you as employees, so to speak, of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. So a lot of these are discounts or benefits aimed towards you, but there's quite a few in here that you can then extend to your clients as well. Okay, so if you need that link, I'll just grab it and put it in there for you. So we'll go here. Chat. Lease to home. There you guys go. Thanks, Christine. Okay, Anything else before we get off for the day? Okay, sounds like not. So I hope all of you learned something new and that you'll be able to start using this information to benefit you when dealing with clients. If you have any questions or if you learn about anything new you want to share with the group, you can always reach out to me. I will send out this recording to all of you, so if you can review it if you want to. And again, if you're looking for those links, all you got to do is go into the Resource Center in ACE and you'll be able to find information. If you need to contact me, all right, Patricia, here you go. If you need to contact me, here's my email. I'll drop it in the chat. And here is my cell. You can text me at any time, okay? Don't forget, you can also ask your sales leaders and your in-house tech specialists as well, but I'm here as a resource for you guys, so feel free to reach out if you need anything else. All right, everyone, thanks for coming this afternoon. I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend. Please stay cool. It's hot out there today, and I will see all of you next week.
Thank you, Corey.
You're very welcome. Bye, guys.